freedom of speech or eliminate hate speech?
Personally, I believe freedom of speech. But of course, there's a kind of paradox between freedom of speech and eliminating hate speech. There's always a conflict between trying to make a resolution for all people and also curbing individuals' powers versus the power of people higher up.
I think freedom of speech is important because I'd rather someone say something hateful and be able to say it than do something hateful. So if we say you can't say something that's mean to somebody, then people will get pent up and they might do something that's mean to somebody instead. So voice your opinion, never be an asshole, and if somebody is saying something that you don't agree with, argue with them, but do it in a respectful way that can change people's opinion.
Freedom of speech and elimination of hate speech are quite linked. I think you should be able to say what you want without somebody else being offended, but also I wouldn't want to say something that would offend someone else.
It's all right categorising something as hate speech, but a lot of the times people do actually speak freely and it still gets categorised as hate speech. You know what I mean? So somebody might be speaking, they might say something that's not exactly hateful towards anybody, but people are still jumping on the wagon and saying it's hate speech.
No. People need to be free in everything, bro. For me, people need to be free in everything. If you raise it, okay, I respect you. That's your option to, I don't know. But people just need to feel free, bro, around the world. You can be what you are. Just feel free. And love each other and help anyone you can help around the world.
Freedom of speech. Obviously hate speech is awful, but we have to allow it to exist for us to able to identify what's wrong with it, and in just outright not allowing something that sort of creates this kind of underground hidden element to it. If anything, I certainly don't think just eliminating hate speech. Well, to be honest, that's not possible. I don't think that can be done. Free speech is the greatest power we have to tackle hate speech.
I think freedom of speech. I think that everyone has a voice and everyone should be allowed to express their voice. And I think that the way they express it should maybe be changed. So it's done in a positive celebration way. So it's about actually enhancing people's voice, but in a good way. But I think hatred shouldn't exist, but celebration should.
Eliminating hate speech.
Why is that?
Because why should you be hated for anything when you can just identify as whatever you want, however you want, and wear whatever you want? That's it.
I think the elimination of hate speech, because if your freedom of speech is hurting someone else or taking away their liberties, then why is it fair that you have that freedom to take something from somebody else, whether that be something physically from them or something about how they feel about themselves or their race or their sexuality? You shouldn't be free to do that, I don't think.
Ooh, because I feel like it's hard to do one without the other. Because eliminating hate speech then means that you're removing the freedom of speech of another person, and eliminating freedom of speech means that, well, I guess if you eliminated freedom of speech, then you would eliminate hate speech because you've kind of stopped people being able to say what they want to. So I guess they kind of work hand in hand. But I guess hate speech is a bit more hurtful, but it depends on the person on the other end of it. It might just be, some people might say that they're just being too sensitive about what they're saying. So it's a perceptive view, so it makes it difficult to just give a clear-cut answer.